I grew up with AI, but my dad didn't. However, he has a much better understanding of how to use it and how to get the most out of it.
The objective of today's episode is to correct people's mistakes when prompting and to make us better AI users, basically.
Correct, exactly. We do actually have an example of one of the prompts that I've used in the past that we will look through and go through together and talk about and discuss and see where I went wrong, what I did correct. Because I feel like it's something that we've been throwing with this word around these past couple of episodes, but we haven't actually defined it. So what is it?
Prompting is basically the instructions you give your AI tool. Something I've noticed when I see people using AI is that they do things very wrong when they prompt, when they talk to the AIs. So there's a very distinct way to talk to them. I'm gonna use the word talk because really that's what they're conversational AIs, right? They're generative, so you can talk to them like a human being, but not many people do it properly. All of them, in all instances, you can upload documents so that the tool can use as reference. This is something very basic, but maybe somebody doesn't know it. You can actually upload a document. And let me just say what I think are the 4 things that people get wrong the most. First, they're too vague when prompting. Second mistake is that people place way too much trust in what the answer or the output of the tool is. Very related to that is we very often assume that we're talking to a human being. And now finally, what I see the most is that people use it as a replacement for their thinking. And the reason they're scared is because it's too easy to fall into that trap. The trap of saying, okay, I'm just gonna let AI do my job. I'm not gonna double check the work. I'm just gonna send it as it is. And I'm not gonna think about it.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Just don't do that. Think about what use it as a tool, but don't use it as an excuse to not think. I've broken down good prompting into 5 very actionable and very useful tips. Okay, there's more, but I think these are the 5 most important ones. My first tip is give it a persona. The second thing is state the exact outcome you expect.
I found that a lot of times it makes silly mistakes, right?
Yeah.
In the sense where it'll do a simple multiplication, but it'll still get it wrong,
Okay, yeah.
But anyways, that's beside the point.
No, it's not. It's very much in the point. If it's not going to give you the answer you want, then it's useless, isn't it?
Yeah. And one of my past prompts, I said, answer this exam paper, and it said, I cannot answer this exam paper because you might use it to cheat,
Yeah.
And it said, unless it is a practice exam paper, then I can answer, but if it is not,
right.
then I cannot. So I was like, oh, okay, well. And from then I specified each time that it was a practice exam paper.
There's some ways around that. Like say if you're copying and pasting from an exam paper, very often what the examiners do or what the people do, they actually embed a mini prompt, an invisible prompt within the question, so telling the AI that it's actually an exam question and it shouldn't answer.
Yeah.
Right. And there's ways around that. When you create a prompt, and this is probably something that people are wondering, the 5 tips I've given actually make for quite long prompts. Well, yes, they don't necessarily have to be long, but my prompts aren't exactly short. They're very, very, very long. In fact, I'll put one of the standard prompts I use for uploading our videos, and my prompts can be maybe 2-3 pages long.
It kind of came up to me. How did you actually learn to prompt like this?
If you don't know how to prompt,
great.
ask ChatGPT to create the prompt for you.
Or watch this video.
Yeah. Or watch this video. All right.